after Sipahi Mandeep Singh, another soldier beheaded at the line of control. Pakistan Army gives cover fire to the Pakistani raiding team. 3 Indian soldiers killed in Pakistan's barbaric attack. As countdown to Pakistan Army Chief General Raheel Sharif's retirement begins, Pakistan ups the ante with Raheel Sharif desperate for an extension. In India, political parties unite, tell the government to punish Pakistan. Pakistan's dirty war is our top focus on India First. Breaking news coming in, the Ministry of Home Affairs has just issued an advisory saying that terrorists could now try and loot banks and ATMs across Jammu and Kashmir and also along the Red Corridor. Terrorists may target ATMs and banks. Anti-India forces, whether it's terrorists and separatists in Jammu and Kashmir, the Maoists along the Red Corridor and insurgents in the northeast, they are rattled by demonetization. They are now plotting loot across banks and ATMs in vulnerable areas. Now, Pakistan terror handlers, they've been caught on intercept. Their conversation with terrorists and overground workers have been caught where they're asking terrorists, separatists and others to look for ATMs and banks which have new currency. We'll get you details of the intercepts of the phone calls.
तो ये उनकी डेस्परेशन साफ तौर पे नज़र आ रही है पैसा हासिल करने के लिए, क्योंकि उनके यहाँ जो नोट छपते थे उनकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. हिंदुस्तानी करेंसी हासिल करने के लिए वो बैंकों को लूटने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. खबर आ रही है कि बिटवीन 1 to 3 बैंक्स हैव बीन लूटेड. लेकिन जो सबसे पहला बैंक लूट हुआ, जिसमें लूट आ गया, जो चौराहे शरीफ में था, जिसमें 13 से 15 लाख रुपए गए, वो केवल पुराने 500 के और 1000 के नोट थे.
India Today's Jugal Purohit now joins me from North Kashmir with the latest on this big story. Shuja ul Haq joins me now. Shuja, tell us the latest. Shuja, what more do we know about terrorists plotting to rob banks and ATMs? They succeeded once, but their bad luck, they got old currency.
Well, Gaurav, this has been a cause of concern. There was already chatter going on that, something like that could happen. What happened just yesterday was an incident of burglary, though the police has not really divulged information who were the people behind it, but certainly, armed men, gunmen took money from a J&K Bank branch yesterday. Close to 13 lakhs were looted, out of which 11 lakhs were the old denomination notes. But after that incident, the security across the banks has been increased. In fact, now we are learning from sources that Home Ministry in Delhi has issued an alert suggesting that there could be such attempts that these elements could make. Now, Gaurav, interestingly, what happened today also in an encounter in Bandipora, where these 2 militants who were killed, they had a new currency notes of 2,000 rupees denomination. A lot of questions are being asked over that as well. People are trying to investigate how really did these notes find their ways into militant organizations.
Oh, absolutely. Stay with me on that story. I also want to bring in India Today's Jugal Purohit for more on this. Jugal, this is a threat not just along the line of control or in Jammu and Kashmir. This is a threat which is as real for across the Red Corridor and the Northeast insurgents badly hit. As Kiran Rijiju told me yesterday, badly hit by demonetization.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, Gaurav, if anything, the estimates of the internal security setup of the country says that it's actually the Naxals, the Maoists, who've been the most severely hit. That's the government's own assessment. They say that the amount of money that the Maoists had to purchase chemicals which they use in IEDs, to purchase arms and ammunitions from the black market, to carry out their own extortions. They use tendu patta and other tribal products to do the same. all of that has been hit. There is no denying. That's the government's own assessment. On the ground, of course, the security forces are saying that it will take a while for all of this to actually set in and start, paralyzing the operations of these organizations. So with that regards, we'll have to wait and watch out. But for the time being, the assessment is showing that they've been quite severely hit.
Gentlemen, stay with me. Let's now shift focus to the other big story we're tracking here on India First. Pakistan's terror army crossed the line of control early this morning and attacked an Indian army linked patrol in the Machil sector of North Kashmir. 3 soldiers were killed, 1 mutilated. Just yesterday, Pakistan's army chief, General Raheel Sharif, had threatened India with a conventional conflict. General Raheel Sharif is desperate for an extension. Even as he begins his farewell visits, he is to retire on the 29th of November. India is facing the brunt of internal strife in Pakistan's politico-military circles. The situation along the line of control could hot up as India has promised a swift and stern response.
There seems to be no end to Pakistan's brutality. After repeated treachery, now Pakistan has resorted to absolute barbarism. In another act of absolute cowardice, the body of an Indian army soldier has been mutilated by Pakistan-backed terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir's Machil sector.
The army says that 3 of its soldiers have been killed and the body of one of the soldiers has been badly mutilated. The army has clearly said that it will respond to such an act and will give a befitting reply to Pakistan.
According to sources, the vicious savagery took place around 11 a.m. this morning. 3 Indian Jawans of a patrol unit were ambushed and killed by terrorists, and one of them was mutilated.
पाकिस्तान इसी प्रकार की उसकी कार्रवाई रही तो पाकिस्तान को ही नुकसान होने वाला है और पाकिस्तान जो है दुनिया के नक्शे पर रहेगा नहीं रहेगा इसके ऊपर बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क है।
आपको जवाब देना पड़ेगा। ये जवाब हमको सब सदन में नहीं चाहिए, जवाब हमें वहाँ चाहिए बॉर्डर पे, जवाब हमें चाहिए पाकिस्तान के ऊपर आप क्या कर रहे हो।
Angered by Pakistan's barbaric act, the Indian army has been given a go-ahead for forceful retaliation. The mutilation is the second in 1 month after Sepoy Mandeep Singh was beheaded in a similar fashion on the 29th of October. With Jugal Purohit and Manjeet Negi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Not hot words in Parliament, but cold, calculated action along the line of control where Pakistan feels the pain. That is the demand that's coming from across the political spectrum and the nation. What's the situation on ground? The Indian army has promised a response that will be punitive, that Pakistan will remember. Sources telling India Today some kind of action is already underway. India Today's Shujaul Haq is at the line of control. He sent us this report.
As the news about the incident of Machil comes out, there is heightened activity on the line of control. Tension has gone up many notches. What has happened earlier in the day is that 3 of the soldiers of Indian Army have been killed. The body of one of the soldiers has been mutilated. Sources are suggesting that an ambush took place. Most likely it has all the signatures of a bat action team, which is something that has a mix of the soldiers of the Pakistan army and also sometimes irregular militants or terrorists who are pushed across the line of control, and they ambush and catch the Indian army soldiers off guard, taking advantage of many situations including darkness and the jungle.
Jungle, but also other reasons. It was very, very foggy early this morning. Winter's already set in. This was a link patrol between point A and point B, between 2 battalion locations where the Pakistani soldiers crossed the line of control. They were lying in ambush and they attacked these Indian soldiers, killing 3 of them, mutilating the body of 1. Now, across the country, across the political spectrum, there is a demand that India should punish Pakistan. The army says, we will do that. We're already doing that.
Mr. Rana, which type of action you want against Pakistanis?
Pakistan must be given the befitting reply. Pakistan must be punished for the heinous crime that it committed. Three of our Jawans on Tuesday attained martyrdom in Machil sector of North Kashmir in a gun battle, but unfortunately, shame on Pakistan, the way it mutilated one of the body of our Jawans. We will not forgive Pakistan. Pakistan have to pay the heavy price of it. We will punish Pakistan. Honorable Defense Minister of India has already given full-fledged orders to the Indian Army to hit hard and hit deep into the Pakistan.
Mr. Modi used to speak during elections. His bhashan used to be, छप्पन साथी दिखाऊंगा, जब बंदूक बरसते हैं तो बातचीत नहीं होगी, अगर एक सिर काटे तो 10 सिर काट के लेके आऊंगा. मगर the soft approach of Modi, soft approach of NDA Sarkar towards terror, compromising India's security, inviting ISI agents to visit Pathankot establishment. It is compromise India's security.
So the government insisted that when the demonetization drive was initiated, this will cripple terror, it will cripple Maoists, it will cripple the separatists. But new currency is suddenly finding its way in the hands of terrorists. And these are Pakistani Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists killed in an encounter in Jammu and Kashmir. 2 brand new 2,000 rupee notes were found on the person of 2 terrorists killed in Bandipora in Kashmir. What does this mean? What does this indicate? How did terrorists get new currency? The government says they could have got it from anyone. Somebody, an overground worker of the Lashkar-e-Taiba could have given it to them. But this is raising quite a few eyebrows. Two freshly minted notes of 2,000 rupees recovered from terrorists killed in the Bandipora encounter on Tuesday. A day after the government's claim that demonetization has curbed terror funding, this recovery.
Now with this decision, it is not only to check the corruption and black money, but it will also stop terror funding.
2 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists were gunned down by the army in Bandipora's Hajan village. The recoveries included 2 AK-47 assault rifles, ammunition and currency notes, including 2 new 2,000 rupees notes.
Security forces recovered new 2,000 currency notes from killed Lashkar militants. It is something concerning for the security agencies here in the Kashmir, when the common people, most of them in the valley, are not yet able to get new currency notes. How militant groups arranged new currency notes is something which has to be answered by the security agencies as well as intelligence agencies in valley.
Complete recovery was handed over to the police.
Okay.
The quantity and denomination of this currency is being ascertained by the police.
The discovery has alarmed the security establishment. The big question is, how did the terrorists get access to the new currency? Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah hit out at the government, questioning how the terrorists had access to new notes even when he didn't.
It definitely calls for an investigation to find out when the people on the ground have not been able to receive these notes abundantly. How is it that they have reached these militants? With cameraman Tariq Shujaul Haq in Srinagar for India Today.
There is something very suspicious in the airwaves. The amateur radio operators in Mumbai, they've picked up some suspect chatter. This seems to be in a language which these hand radio operators can't fathom. amateur radio operators, these ham operators, have now written to the Prime Minister's office. They've also written to the Mumbai Police Commissioner and to the Director General of Police in Gujarat, warning them about some new signals which they claim cannot be deciphered, but they've been catching it every night now. 70 to 80 such radio operators, they've heard these voices using a different language. What's suspicious that they do not have a call sign. Usually when these ham operators talk to each other, there is a call name, a call sign, but this has no call sign. What's also suspicious is that these operators, the suspect voices keep changing their frequency, and when some of the operators check audio signals with direction finding equipment, they were not from Indian coastline. The irregular signals are encroaching on the bandwidth that's been allocated to the amateurs. India Today's Vidya joins me with the latest on the story. Vidya, take us through the details of the complaint made to the Mumbai police and the action taken so far.
Well, no action has really been taken so far, Gaurav, but in fact the operators themselves have been told to record, just about every signal that they are catching now, and the conversations that they hear, that should be recorded. Technically, this is not allowed under law for them to record, but seeing the special circumstances right now, Mumbai police has asked them, and it's not just Mumbai police. You remember, they have written the complaint to Sanchar Bhavan, the telecommunications department. They have written it to the Gujarat police as well as the PMO. They've informed everyone because of the sheer fact that they did not want to say, see a certain tragedy happening later, and realizing at later point in life that, oh, we had heard this kind of a voice somewhere. So that on a precautionary note, they have sent these letters across to everyone that knew, and it was almost a deliberation of almost 5 months that they, after listening to all this, about 70-80 operators, when they continued listening to this, it's only after this that they had decided to take the step.
Vidya, for the moment, many thanks. There's more breaking news that's coming in. It's not just at petrol pumps, but it's a big relief. If you want 2,000 rupees a day, you can now swipe your debit card or your credit card at Big Bazaar. This is what the government has just announced. From Thursday, you can withdraw cash from supermarket like the Big Bazaar. This is a huge, huge relief. You don't have to queue up at ATMs. You do not have to queue up at select petrol pumps which have the SBI, State Bank of India swipe machine. You can also now go to the Big Bazaar in your locality and you can withdraw up to 2,000 rupees by swiping your debit card or your credit card. And news just coming in, there's a criminal complaint that's been filed against British singer Chris Martin and other singers of the British band Coldplay at the Roopnagar police station in Delhi. This is for allegedly having insulted the tricolour during the Mumbai concert. Other Bollywood celebrities including Shah Rukh Khan, A.R. Rahman, Alia Bhatt, Sonakshi Sinha and others, they were duty bound to inform the police, says the complainant. The complainant says they too can be prosecuted under section 176 of the IPC. India Today's Puneet Sharma now joins me for more on the story. Puneet, take us through the details of the complaint and the action being taken.
Look, the criminal complaint is registered against British singer Chris Martin and all other singers of British band, that is Coldplay. In Roopnagar police station, this FIR has been registered, and according to the information, they have insulted Indian national flag during a concert organized in Mumbai on 19th November 2016. Simultaneously, all other Bollywood celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan, A.R. Rahman and some other actors were duty bound to inform the police, so even they can be also prosecuted soon. Now police has registered the FIR and they have started their investigation. Gaurav.
Keep tracking that story, Puneet. I will come back to you for more. For the moment, many thanks. We will continue to track developments on the story very closely, but that is all I have time for on the show this evening. Many thanks for watching. News and updates continue on India Today. Stay with us. What's coming up next?